FYI, I can't. Hello and welcome to 1v1 Silver Nerd and Pop Culture class. Today we have a variety of topics for you today, such as Loki, Pokemon, and Demon Slayer, amongst other things, and so much more. I'm your host, Hypeso, but you can call me Mikey, and as always, joining me every week here at the 1v1 show, Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. PST, is Huey Blow.
What up, Mikey?
All right,
All right.
Have your one.
All right. So, for those of you who don't know what we do here at the 1v1 show, let me break it down for y'all. What we do is this is the place where pop culture and nerd culture clash. So we pretty much gather all the, how do I say this, the interesting tidbits of a variety of different subjects, whether it be sports, music, movies, TV, comic books, video games, things of that nature. And what we do is we try to filter the news stories to what we think are the 10 most interesting, and also a few others that we feel like we could go into a deeper discussion. So that's how the show breaks down. We start off with our subtopics, where we give you 10 stories. I'm sorry, not 10. We give you 20 stories, 10 stories each, 10 from me, 10 from Mikey, of different things that we feel has been different news stories that we feel that are interesting throughout the week. And then after that, we go into our main topics, where we give you a deep dive into 2, 3, and sometimes even 4 main topics, where we go into a little bit of a deeper discussion. Now, let me in the chat post our socials. 1v1. If you want to support us, please follow us on our YouTube, on our Instagram, and on our Twitter, or on our Patreon. If you feel the need to throw us a couple bucks that way, we have a couple perks on there. Come check us out. And like always, if you can't throw bucks our way, we appreciate the support of those of you who continue to watch our show, to the people who type in chat, and even the people who are lurking. We appreciate y'all for giving us some of your time, because time is precious. Now, like Mikey said earlier, we have a big show for y'all. We were talking about Demon Slayer, Space Jam, Loki, and other things. Is that static on our end, Mikey?
No, I'm not hearing anything.
I heard some static hissing.
No.
All right, whatever. I'm tripping. Anyways, we ready to go?
Yes, I'm here in my room.
All right. So, what up, Mikey?
Doing all right. Yeah, I spent the whole day with you last Saturday.
Yeah, it's true. Pretty much from the fucking show to the fucking like 9
The
o'clock?
party? Yeah. And then we only had like a 2-hour gap between the show and then your brother's party, and then I was there for like almost the entire day. And I actually drank again. When I said I wouldn't. But it was good times. I was vibing out. But how about you? What you been up to?
I went out to a bar or a couple bars last night. One of my friends, Nick, he's a part of this band. This how do I describe them? They're like a cover band that does like dance hits, like top 40 dance hits.
Mhm.
They're pretty good. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. I'm gonna put this their Instagram handle in the chat. Excuse me, hold on. I have hiccups. Oh shit.
You good?
Okay, think I'm good. Yeah. So, anyways, went to this bar last night. Then we went to a different bar called the Cabin, and somehow me and two of my friends we ended up hanging out with these girls from Ohio. And one of the girls said that they went to go eat somewhere and the food slapped, and that's just a big no-no, in my opinion. I mean, I granted she's from Ohio, but you don't come to NorCal and you say that food slaps. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Anyways, you want to move on to our first story?
Yeah, let's. I don't know how to segue that into our first topic. Actually, no, I couldn't. I could segue this. You know how C invaded California coming from Ohio? Well, demons have invaded Tokyo. Right, Gio? Tell us about that.
Yes, sir. So,
That
fans
was good.
of Persona's spookier cousin Shin Megami Tensei have been waiting a long time for the next game in the series. Nintendo finally released a date, November 11th, but they also showed off a new trailer showing off a bit more of the game with story elements and gameplay elements. So many of the mainstays of the franchise are coming back, such as the press turn system, Demon Fusion, and Demon Conversion, and Shin Megami Tensei 5 even shows the enemy's weakness and strengths on screen when they are targeted. So, if you've played Nocturne, you may also you also may be delighted that you no longer have to memorize each enemy's affinities as they go up, because the game actually tells you itself. Also, there is a minister that at a cathedral of shadows seems to be the one that it seems to be replaced by a character named Sophia, who is the one doing all the demon fusions. The coolest addition to Shin Megami Tensei 5 is the fact that it is no longer random encounters, but you have a sprawling environment to where if you don't want to battle demons, you can just avoid them like the plague. So I'm excited for this. This game is pretty much Pokemon with demons, with a little bit of chaos versus law and order. I love the Shin Megami Tensei series. Maybe not as much as Persona, but both games are really fucking good. But like I said, it's a spooky take on Tokyo.
Hmm.
But do you think you're gonna check this out, Mikey? Well, actually, you don't have a Switch, huh? Never mind.
Yeah, I'm waiting for your Switch.
When I get the OLED model,
Yeah, I'm waiting till you get more Switches in your life, so I can borrow one of yours.
I don't know. I'm still on the fence about the OLED, but honestly, I probably will get it because
Or
it's.
maybe I could just get the PC Switch Pro and just run an emulator on that.
You could do that, but we'll talk
We'll
about
talk
that a
about
little
that
bit later.
later on. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of spooky Tokyo, Mikey, tell me about Ghostwire.
So, with Ghostwire Tokyo, the upcoming PS5 and PC game from Bethesda, or wait, one of the studios in Bethesda, Tango Gameworks, it's actually been delayed to early 2022 because it was actually expected to arrive in the coming months this year. But the studio said that it's focused on protecting the health of everyone at Tango because the studio is based in Tokyo, where the fourth state of emergency just came into effect amid a sharp increase in COVID. They said, "We want to get the game in your hands as soon as possible, so you can experience the unforgettable version of a haunted Tokyo that we've been hard at work building. Our new release window will give us time to bring the world of Ghostwire to life as we've always envisioned it. Although a specific release date wasn't or hasn't been set, Sony suggested that in a CES 20 presentation this year that it would arrive in October. But the company later took down that video and replaced it with a version that dropped release windows for several third-party games Bethesda announced. And and they plan to show off more of the paranormal adventure in the coming months, and Ghostwire will be a timed console exclusive on the PS5. And it's highly likely that Ghostwire will eventually come to Xbox, though. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the timer. But Yeah, I don't think anyone can blame them for delaying the game.
No, I don't think so either. And I think from a business standpoint, it also makes sense because Bethesda is also coming out with another PS5 exclusive, Deathloop, coming out, I believe, in August or September, sometime at the end of the summer. So they probably don't want both these games competing with each other. So it makes sense from a business standpoint, from a health standpoint, from a I guess game developer standpoint, overall.
Yeah, and speaking of delaying stuff, there's another thing that's also being delayed. Kind of like an amiibo. Tell me, or tell us about that, Gio.
Right, so today, yesterday was the arrival of The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword HD on the Nintendo Switch, and alongside the game, Nintendo was going to release a special Zelda and Loftwing amiibo, which would allow you to fast travel between land and sky. Now, if you don't recall, we talked about this a few months ago, maybe a month or two ago, on the show about how people were pissed how fast travel was essentially locked behind an amiibo, like there was a paywall behind like a little piece of plastic. Now, Nintendo has made a statement saying that the Loftwing amiibo is currently impacted by unforeseen shipping dates, and as a result, only a small portion of the Zelda and Loftwing will be available on its scheduled July 16th launch date. Additional shipments were delayed until August, and we will ship additional amiibo to retailers as soon as they arrive. So, this is kind of one of the first times I've ever heard of an amiibo getting delayed. Usually, they pretty much ship them out on the day that they say they are. But it's also, I hope when they say additional shipments, I mean it's already hard enough to get one because I tried to pre-order these and I just couldn't get one. Every time I pre-ordered it, the fucking bots got to it first. And
Fucking bots.
I know, right? And for me, right, I'm an avid amiibo collector. It is what it is. It's hard
It
out here
is.
in these games, in these streets, trying to buy amiibos when people are marking them up for like $100, $200. But I just got to complete my collection, and it is what it is. And the fact that they made paywall behind this, and it's not going to be available at the launch of the game is also kind of bullshit. Like, there's a feature that a lot of people really wanted in the original game that you hid behind an amiibo, and now that amiibo is delayed. So, with good reason, people are going to be pissed.
Yeah,
But
and also, hold on, I have a story about an amiibo. Gio is a really hardcore collector because I remember hanging out with him one day, and then he took me to some very sketchy area in a parking lot in front of a gym, and then some dude walked up to the window, and then like walked up to Gio's window, and they were like, yeah, talking. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, is Gio buying drugs right now? And it looked like a straight up drug deal, but it wasn't drugs. It was an amiibo in a sketchy parking lot. But yeah,
yeah,
that's the story.
it is what it is. We be I be doing sketchy shit for the least sketchiest shit. You feel me? It's just how it goes. But anyways,
Yeah.
I love my amiibo. They're treasures to me. And speaking of treasures, Mikey, tell me about Indiana Jones. What's up with the new movie?
So with Indiana Jones, they're making a sequel, and Antonio Banderas is joining the cast. He is most famously known for playing the pussycat in Shrek. And he is now going to be Harrison Ford's newest co-star in the anticipated next installment of Indiana Jones. The Oscar-nominated Antonio Banderas has closed a deal to join the film with Harrison Ford, who returns as our favorite archaeologist, and an all-star ensemble that includes Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Mads Mikkelsen, Boyd Holbrook, Sarnette Renee Wilson, and yeah, that's the cast.
No,
And for Antonio
Shia LaBeouf?
Banderas, what?
No Shia LaBeouf?
Oh yeah, no Shia LaBeouf. Actually, yeah, because well, as you know, he didn't take the hat. He was about to, but then Indiana Jones was like, nah. But anyways, Steven Spielberg is not directing this Indiana Jones. It's actually going to be James Mangold taking over the reins, who is still serving as a producer and is very much involved in all the film. And Kathleen Kennedy, Frank Marshall, and Simon Emanuel will join Spielberg as producers. And also, last but not least, the most important part of Indiana Jones is John Williams, who has worked on every single score in the 40-year-old franchise, including its iconic theme. He will be returning as a composer. So yeah, the film is coming out in July 29th, 2022. So that is exactly a year from now. I don't know, I'm a little so-so for the sequel because the Crystal Skull was kind of whacked. Not gonna lie.
I never
Have you
saw
seen
the
it?
Crystal Skull, but everyone's always like, it sucks, blah blah blah. But I feel like a lot of people just hated the ending, the twist ending at the end. Like I feel like most people were like, okay, it's pretty okay up until that part, and then the twist ending, it just was like, this shit sucks. Am I on point with that?
Yeah. I don't know, like I just remember watching that in theaters, and I was like, all right, this movie is kind of bad. And then Shia LaBeouf started swinging with the monkeys. I was like, what the? Oh wait, you don't haven't seen it, but yeah, dude,
No.
it was kind of ridiculous. Kind of reminded me of Space Jam 2, which we'll be talking about later on. But
That fucking movie.
yeah,
All right, more of that later.
fuck, I don't have a good segue for this because it's a good segment. But yeah, what is going on with this Smash Brothers clone, or is it a Smash Brothers rival? Teal, tell us about this.
All right, so Nintendo All-Star Brawl is a new fighting game that pits Nickelodeon's most famous characters against each other. It's basically Smash Brothers with Nickelodeon characters, which honestly I don't think is a bad idea. Like if they just straight up copy the mechanics of Smash, I don't think anybody would really mind. Because when it comes to Smash Brothers, I think the thing that people care about most is the characters. And I think Nickelodeon has enough of a not backlog, a back catalog of characters that can rival Nintendo's. Maybe not rival, but at least come close. So characters that they have already announced were Nigel Thornberry from the Wild Thornberries, Powdered Toastman from Ren and Stimpy, Oblina from All Real Monsters, Lucy and Lincoln Loud from the Loud House, Sandy, Patrick, and SpongeBob from SpongeBob SquarePants, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I think they showed off Leonardo and Michelangelo, as long as Danny Phantom, Zim from Invader Zim, Helga from Hey Arnold, and Reptar from Rugrats. And honestly, I think this is pretty cool because in those cast of characters, they threw in some deep cuts.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, Are Real Monsters and Reptar? Dude, that kind of sold me on the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not gonna buy it at launch. I'll probably wait till it drops down to like $40. Because you know damn well it's going to.
Yeah, and then,
But
and My Name is Earl made a good point. They should have made it Nickelodeon versus Cartoon Network Brawl. That would have been dope.
they should have, but you know damn well licensing hell would have not allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is what it is, dog. I'm excited. I hope we get characters like Josh from Drake and Josh. I hope we get Stickly, the Angry Beavers. Who else? Cat Dog. They gotta have Avatar characters in here, right? Like they just have to. Like we're probably gonna get Korra and Aang.
Well, I don't think we're gonna have Rugrats babies fighting.
No, I think it'll be Reptar. Maybe.
Ooh, My Name's Earl said they're both owned by Viacom, Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. So
Oh shit. Maybe. Oh shit. That's what they should have done. Maybe if this one succeeds, if this one's successful, we could do that.
It would be cool if they had a Airbender in here, but I feel like he would be OP.
Probably. But no, it is what it is. Speaking of OP, what's up with that Witcher, Mikey?
Okay, so we talked about The Witcher last week with news from the WitcherCon. Well, here's another news from WitcherCon. CD Projekt Red has announced a Kickstarter pre-launch campaign for The Witcher Ronin, which is a full-length manga from CDPR. Author Afal Jaki is teaming up with Japanese illustrator Hataya for this gorgeous new project. The Witcher Ronin is an upcoming full-length Witcher manga, which will tell a standalone Elseworld story, unrelated to the video game storylines, meaning it won't be a story where Geralt from The Witcher is magically teleported from his world to Japan by magic. Instead, it will take inspiration from stories like Superman Red Sun and Batman Ninja to take an established character and put them in a brand new setting. The author says, putting Gerald in a fantastical Japanese setting was an interesting exercise since Japanese folklore also has a rich tradition of monsters known as yokai. And that tradition formed a bridge that connected Gerald with the new setting. So yeah, I actually haven't had any exposure to The Witcher. I have your Witcher 3, which I haven't played yet.
Yeah.
And actually, no, I watched the first season. So yeah, I don't know if I'll read this manga. But what about you? You're the manga reader over here. Would you read this?
Probably. I don't know. We'll see. I've been devoting my time to reading like romance, rom-com mangas, not any like shonen action. See, I've been reading a couple. Anyways, it's beside the point. I think it's cool though the fact that they're taking an Elseworld style to this, and I think that a lot of properties should just kind of do this, where they do like, okay, you know what? Let's take these existing characters and put them in different situations, and it's not canon. We're not going to try to connect it, and we'll just tell a separate story, a standalone story. And I think they can have success with that. I mean, in film, books, whatever, comic books, manga, movies, TV shows, I feel like they can have success with that.
Yeah, and this reminds me. I think this is becoming a trend. You know how they did with Batman Ninja, and Star Wars is doing Star Wars Visions with the
Yeah.
Japanese artist, and now we're getting a manga on Witcher. Like, you think this is going to be a trend for future franchises? Like, people are going to just take the animated spin on these. I mean, they're doing it for Game of Thrones, I think.
Honestly, like as long as we don't get stuff like a fucking Fast and Furious fucking manga, then I'm fine. Cause fuck that
That'd be
series.
dope. Justice for Han. But anyways,
Shut the fuck
you
up.
were
Anyway,
speaking about a clone for Smash Brothers. But how about a clone for League of Legends? Tell us
all
about that,
right.
Gio.
So today, the game's official Twitter confirmed that the game Pokemon Unite, what is their version of a MOBA, a League of Legends clone, would be arriving on Nintendo Switch on July 21st. And they also announced that the electric type Pokemon. Hold on, let me clear my glasses. Zeraora would be part of the game's roster. Players who log into the game before August 31st would unlock it for free. Nintendo Switch
Was
is
that a
not only
Pokemon?
the was that?
Was that a Pokemon that we just said?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The Nintendo
Sorry.
Switch
Go
is
on.
not only platform the game will arrive on. Pokemon Unite will arrive on Android and iOS devices sometimes in September. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, Mikey. This game is probably gonna be one of the most popular games in the world. I can already feel it because Pokemon's
I'm actually
already
looking into this because it sounds hella fun and it looks hella fun. And it's Pokemon.
it's it looks like basically it's basically just League of Legends with Pokemon on it. That just sounds like it fucking prints money because people love League of Legends and MOBAs. Like the amount of people that stream it. There's leagues that sports leagues dedicated to it. Personally, it's not my game. Like I think MOBAs are kind of boring, but some people really get into it and like the competitiveness of it. So
But will people leave League of Legends to play this instead?
maybe they'll probably try it out, but I think this will attract a lot of kids who like play League of Legends but feel like they're not good
Oh, dude,
enough. I
yeah,
feel like
this
it's
game is
child.
probably going into first new pro gamers.
God damn it. Fucking pro gamers. Also, another thing about this game is that it's probably going to have a bunch of like microtransactions. So if you want to unlock new
True.
Pokemon characters, you're going to have to pay for it. So it just seems like a fucking money dump, which is also something that I'm just like, I'm cool off that. I'd rather, you know what I'd rather do than play this League of Legends Pokemon game? I'd rather
Buy
just
more
fucking,
amiibos.
well, yes, but I'd rather fucking Netflix and chill. So tell me about Netflix. What's going on there?
Well, since we're talking about video games, Netflix is also getting into video games because despite big gains made by Disney Plus and a dozen other new competitors, Netflix is still the biggest streaming fish in the pond, and they aim to keep it that way. They plan to. Oh, I mean, my bad. The plan to continue the dominance, video games, of course. This story, Bloomberg had a story that Netflix has hired some dude to be the vice president of game development of Netflix. His background includes his time at EA and Facebook, where he worked with developers as they made content for the Oculus Quest. So if they can somehow utilize console controllers or traditional mouse keyboards, then I guess it could be interesting. But beyond the controls for Netflix was up, down, left, right, and enter. I don't know what kind of game we could be playing on Netflix. Right now, the only other streaming service that offers anything close to this is Apple Plus, where you can bundle with Apple Arcade. And yeah, you're not going to be playing the latest Call of Duty on Netflix. But you could be playing, I don't know, a choose your adventure game? I don't know. Would you be playing games on Netflix, Gio?
I mean, I played Bandersnatch. I thought that was pretty fun to play. Like, you get a group of people, and you have kind of like a little like mini gathering, and you kind of decide, all right, we're gonna do this or we're gonna do that, and then you kind of see what happens. And I feel like that's fun, but it doesn't have a lot of replay value. Like once you see all the endings and like those style of like games, or if you even want to call it a game, interactive media or whatever, like what's there to go back to unless you like go to like a whole different group of people. But after that, you're gonna just run out of people to fucking show it to. So I don't know. We'll see what Netflix is up to. I mean, technology has been surprising us every fucking day. There's always new shit being invented or being popularized that like I'm just like, what the fuck? I never imagined this could happen.
And could you imagine having your remote control as a video game controller? And that feels kind of weird. Just even think about.
That'd be weird. Although like a lot of old game consoles, like the ColecoVision, they had controllers that were shaped like remote controls, so it's not super unheard of. It just was never super popular.
Yeah, there wasn't that much hype around that, and I don't know if there's hype around this. But what I do know that there's going to be hype around season 2 of Demon Slayer, right, Gio? Tell us about that.
Yeah. Fucking one of the most fucking successful stories of 2020. Demon Slayer just continued to kill it. So, hot on the heels of the theatrical release of Demon Slayer Mugen Train, anime studio. Hold on, let me clear my glasses. Ufotable has revealed the show's next season with a brief trailer posted on Monday. Next day, Ufotable announced they are planning to host a live stream on July 13th that will include new information on the season, which will follow the Entertainment District arc. Excuse me, I feel like got like a burp or something coming up. No, it's like I just have fucking gas.
Just take a drink of water.
I've been chugging water. Anyways, the trailer is light on actual details beyond revealing to fans that it will cover the Entertainment District arc, and it shows new designs for the characters of Tengen Uzi, an important character in the arc that I just previously mentioned. So I'm excited for this. Demon Slayer is hype. I really like the show. It's not groundbreaking in the least. The animation is really pretty. I will give it that. Story-wise, I would say it's just a really well-polished shonen. It's concise, it's clear, it doesn't give you a lot of head-assy filler. It doesn't include a lot of, oh yeah, friendship will save the day. Like it's actually pretty grounded in the sense that like people die and how the heroes end up winning actually fucking makes sense. And a lot of times, even when they do win, they don't come out unscathed. So the first few episodes, I want to say the first 2 or 3 are pretty slow, but after that, the show picks up, and I really enjoy it, and I'm really excited for it. But speaking of being fucking excited, Mikey, why don't you tell me about this new Pixar movie?
So Pixar just released a trailer this week which is a movie, which is a story that follows a young teenage girl named Mei Li, whose voice actor is Rosalie Chang. And then in the classic Pixar style, she transforms into a giant red panda at the slightest hint of excitement. Of course, conflict arises as her overprotective mother, as you're seeing on the trailer, Ming, played by Sandra Oh, is constantly hovering over Mei's shoulder. As spelled out in this teaser, the premise appears to be a really clever and fun metaphor for the growing pains involved in a teenager's struggle to get out from under their stifling parents. The movie is written and directed by Domi Shi, who is best known for her stunning 2018 Oscar-winning short film, Bao, which she wrote, directed, and also credited as a story artist. And she's also served in the animation department for Inside Out, The Good Dinosaurs, Incredibles 2, and Toy Story 4. Turning Red has the feel of serving as a well-earned promotion for the Pixar veteran, and it's actually going to be coming out next year in March 11th, 2022. So yeah, I actually really like Bao a lot, and I'm really excited for this one. What about you?
I mean, it looks cool, but I gotta be honest with you, I haven't watched the last couple of Pixar movies. I heard they've all been decent to great. Like I heard what is it, Onward? Onward was okay. I heard Soul was really good, and a lot of people I know have really liked Luca. This movie looks cool, but it's not giving me like a wow factor. Like the premise doesn't give me like the same, oh, I need to fucking watch this, like movies like WALL-E or Up gave me. So
Yeah, so do you think Pixar's losing their magic, their charm?
I wouldn't say they're losing their magic because they have apparently they have put out like great movies lately. I haven't watched one since Toy Story 4. And I really enjoy Toy Story 4, though some people hate on it, but those people are stupid.
But yeah. Oh, well, anyways. I don't know how to segue on to this next one, but actually, that's the end of our show. That's the last topic. Just kidding.
JK.
We have a whole other set of topics. And Gio wants to tell you about mac and cheese.
All right. So, starting July 14th. What day is it today? What's the date? The 17th?
17th.
Beginning July 14th, lovers of both ice cream and Kraft macaroni and cheese can get a 2-for-1 deal with the release of what can possibly be your new favorite after-dinner snack. Partnering with Brooklyn-based Van Leeuwen Ice Cream, the new release combines a year-round comfort food to create a sure-to-be unforgettable and definitely flavorful treat. There are no artificial flavors, preservatives, or dyes here, so the minimal ingredient creation is sure to be the conversation starter at all of your summertime events. If you want to give this limited edition scoop a try of mac and cheese ice cream, you can get the concoction online at Van Leeuwen Ice Cream for $12 a pint. Or if you're in the NYC, LA, or Houston area, you can just go to a Van Leeuwen store. So, for New Yorkers looking to try by, you can find their ice cream truck in Union Square. But we don't live in New York, so it is what it is. Mikey, would you be down to try this if I buy it? Let's do a stream reaction.
Can you buy it for me? Yeah, sure. I don't know, but it sounds gross. Cheese and ice cream? I don't know.
I mean, they're both dairy. What could go wrong?
Why not just eat some vomit? Just arc in the walk, dude. That's what I'm thinking. I was like, oh, like cheese and pasta and cheese in your ice cream? Like what the hell? Like,
joke's on you, Ark in the Whack. I actually do that every week. I just get a big bowl of vomit and just try it out. Anyways, I'm thinking about buying it. Fuck it. I'm going to buy this mac and cheese ice cream. I'm going to look this up
just
later.
Thinking about it and imagining how it tastes grosses me out.
Speaking
I'll try if you like buy it for me.
All right, cool. I'm going to look up the website. I'll look it up after the show. Anyways, speaking of things, of niche things for people with niche tastes, what's up with PC gaming, Mikey?
Okay, so for PC gamers, a big game was announced this week, and it was Company of Heroes 3, after many years in development. And you could sign up to play what developer Relic Entertainment calls a pre-alpha preview build of the game. Company of Heroes 3 is set in Italy and North Africa and features a dynamic turn-based campaign littered with real-time missions and skirmishes. It looks massive. PCG's online editor Fraser Brown couldn't get enough during his I don't know that guy, but he said You'll be able to play as the German, UK, and US forces in multiplayer, though in the campaign, you'll be playing as allies. The campaign is turn-based and takes place on a huge map with discrete objectives, which allow you to explore and conquer them however you prefer. The game's big pitch is a holistic loop that keeps the overall campaign feeling inextricably linked to the RTS battles. Everything you can do in a real-time fight, you can do on a turn-based map. You can potentially wipe out enemy forces before the main fight even happens. So yeah, I have never played any of these games, but I do know that a lot of people like this. What's your exposure to this game, Gio?
The exposure to this game is one of my friends, Matt Jizzle, yelling at our other friend, Three Shots to the Kettle One, about how much they fucking suck and they're gonna lose, which is pretty funny. That's the only exposure I have to this game.
Yeah, same here. And you'd be like, because we'd be in a video call, like a bunch of us, like just hanging out, and then he would be playing this game, and then he's like, "All right, we already lost like 2 minutes into it," because he plays to win. He doesn't play for fun.
That's true. Matt Jizzle plays to win. He don't play for fun. Fun is for losers, according to Matt Jizzle.
Yeah, and if you want to play with people, you have to be fully online. Well, what's also going to be fully online is Assassin's Creed, isn't it, Gio?
Oh my god, this is so fucking head ass. I'm not. All right. Let's get into the story before I get into my little rant about this, because this shit irritates me. All right, so Assassin's Creed is going to be fully online, and what does that mean? It means that Ubisoft wants a bunch of fucking money. Of course they do. In order to have huge worlds, where they can get even bigger, due to games like Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto 5 online, they want to turn Assassin's Creed into a living online platform that can keep players engaged for years by frequently adding new content or changing the experience in dramatic ways. So they basically seen that Grand Theft Auto has made 140 million copies, which is fucking nuts for a game that's 8 years old.
Yeah, that game is in second grade right now, if it was a child.
That's fucking crazy. So for Assassin's Creed Infinity, which is this games as a service version that they're going to do, they changed their traditional like game development method. Usually they have two studios, a Montreal and Quebec team, working on Assassin's Creed's games, so they can pretty much bump them out. Kind of like how Activision does the Call of Duty, where they have 3 different teams working on it, and they just alternate. They will collaborate on Infinity. They will merge the studios together. But Quebec will take charge of the franchise, and it is known that there's been a rivalry between the two studios. So now that they're fusing together, it is said that there's been some headaches in the office. But for me, right, like games as a service, whenever you have an established first-player game and you make it into a games as a service, you miss out on so much narrative and cohesive gameplay tightness. It's just such bullshit. It's just a way for them to monetize a game so you can keep paying for it. I mean, look at Avengers. Like, yeah, people said the campaign was fun, but now no one fucking plays that game because the online fucking sucks. The games as a service part fucking sucks. Don't fucking do this. Anyways. Sometimes I just feel like I'm gonna fucking go crazy and just, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a transition, but I couldn't think of one.
Well, me and Ark in the Wack agree with you.
This game. Anyways, fuck Ubisoft. Tell me about The Last of Us, Mikey.
All right. Well, we've been talking about The Last of Us HBO show since it was announced, probably. And there's more news. The voice of Tommy in The Last of Us, Jeffrey Pierce, has been cast in the HBO show. But he won't be playing Tommy because that's already been cast. It's going to be played by Gabriel Luna, who you might know from Terminator Genesis or something. But anyways, Jeffrey Pierce will play someone named Perry, who is a rebel in the quarantine zone, according to Deadline. There's also other casting news. Frank and Bill, who players of Last of Us may know about. I think it was just the first city that you go into once you're with Ellie.
Yeah.
Spoilers. But Frank and Bill is a couple that is described as the two post-pandemic survivalists living alone in their own isolated town. Anyone that's played The Last of Us knows Bill is the man Joel and Ellie visit in the booby-trapped town of Lincoln shortly after leaving Boston. In the game, he lives alone, although it's clear he's quite saddened by the absence of his partner. But it seems like his partner is alive in the HBO show. So that should be really interesting. I'm actually really looking forward to see how they're going to unfold this storyline. How do you feel about this, Gio?
I mean, I'm happy that they're expanding the universe and it's not just a 1-for-1 from the show. I mean, even from the casting, you could tell they're kind of going. Excuse me. Oh my god, the hiccups are bad. Oh fuck. You just move on. Fuck hiccups.
Okay, well, what's going on the East Coast with Versus, Gio?
Anyways.
Wait, that is
BTG
that is still my topic. Hold on.
BTG in the BTG play in the Slack says, hold up, why is Mikey on a beach? Huey, you slacking. Fuck you. I don't know how to do this fucking technological shit, so fuck off, BTG play.
Oh, yeah, I'm on vacation and I took work with me. With my office chair, too.
So, Mikey, are you familiar with the Versus battle?
Oh, yeah, they've been doing that. Did that start this year?
No, last year. It started during the pandemic with, not Buster Rhymes, Swiss Beats and Timbaland.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They were basically on IG Live and just playing beats, like, against each other, and it span out into this huge thing. To now, they have their own dedicated Versus app. They have a lot more artists coming on, and the latest addition will be a New York treat, a series of hip hop face-offs between the Locks and the Diplomats, aka Dipset, as the night's competition. The New Yorkers crew of the Locks features Jadakiss, Styles P, and Sheek Louch, and the Harlem crew includes Cameron, Jim Jones, Freaky Zeke, and Joel Santana. Will trek downtown to Madison Square Garden, where they will play hits in the arena similar to where they'll play hits at arenas smaller. What the fuck? That makes no sense. Anyways, they're going to Madison Square Garden. They're going to play music against each other. It's a lot of East Coast rap. I'm fucking excited. I've only watched fully the E40 and Too Short one because, of course, I had to watch that. It's the Bay Area. But I fucking love the Locks, and I fucking love Diplomats. And if I had to pick a winner, that's a hard one because I feel like the Locks are technically better rappers. Like, I would say Jadakiss and Styles P they're up there as far as like top rappers. But I you can't beat the Diplomats like hits. Like, they have songs that are fucking hits. Like, Cameron has Oh Boy. He has What Means the World to You. He has fucking Down and Out. Fucking Joel Santana has Mic Check, which is a fucking fire ass song. It's underrated.
Whatever team Jada is on pretty much wins, in my opinion, says Ark in the Way.
Yeah, I mean, Jadakiss is one of the best rappers of all time, but fuck, we'll see. Because I think there was a versus a few months ago where I think it was Fabulous versus who the fuck was it? Was it Fabulous versus was it Jadakiss?
Chingy.
Anyways, Fabulous ended up even though it wasn't Jadakiss, it was another rapper. Fabulous basically ended up losing because they ended up playing like the wrong songs. So it is what it is. I'm excited. I might even wear a Yankees hat and some Timberlands and watch this. But it's something to be excited about. And I feel like there's going to be no drop.
Wait, did you watch the last versus with Soulja Boy and Bow Wow up there?
No. Was that one full of drama?
No, I didn't watch that.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't watch it because it's fucking Soldier Boy and Bow Wow.
Exactly.
Fuck that. Anyways, I'm sure this will be drama free, unlike the release of this next movie. What's going on with this Anthony Bourdain dog, Mikey?
So, I guess people got inspiration from Rogue One because they're going to use a dead person's likeness for a movie. In a new documentary, Roadrunner, a film about Anthony Bourdain, the iconic voice of beloved travel and food celebrity, can be heard throughout many of his projects. I forgot. I can't. The show's title blinking out at me. But many of the instances of that voiceover were recreated from years of clips of the existing voiceovers that he recorded before his death in June 2018. But in at least one major instance in the film, his voiceover was created fresh using AI software, so-called deep fake technology. That was in quotes. And there were 3 quotes there I wanted his voice for that there were no recordings of, the director said. For those quotes, he said, I created an AI model of his voice, specifically an email sent from Bourdain to his longtime friend, the artist David Choi. It is read in the film in a voice that sounds like Bourdain. My life is sort of shit now, the voiceover of Bourdain's email says. You are successful, and I'm successful, and I'm wondering, are you happy? That quote, it turns out, was the deepfake version of Anthony Bourdain's, and it's actually not Bourdain himself. If you watch the film, the director said, other than that line you mentioned, you probably don't know that the other lines that were spoken by the AI, and you're probably not going to know. We can have a documentary ethics panel about it later. The documentary is set to premiere in the US on Friday. Oh, yesterday. And will come to HBO Max and CNN at an unknown time. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Like using that person's likeness to make more money. And where's that money going to? I don't know. I'm just looking really into it. But we out here deepfaking voices? Big brother, let's go. Right? So how do you feel about this, Gio?
I don't like it. Simply like people compare it to other things like where they did like Paul Walker like likeness or things like that, which I didn't really like either. But for me, I think this is worse because it's a documentary about the man, not a fucking character, right? And also the fact that he committed suicide in one of the lines that they're deep faking is about him talking about how his life is shit. That really I don't like that at all. It's a lot of bullshit. And honestly, I agree with Ark in the Whack where he says it's only going to get worse. I feel like we're going to see a lot more dead celebrities starring in movies. Yeah, I mean, this all kind of kicked
Yeah.
off when they had that Tupac hologram. Remember?
So Tupac at Coachella started this trend.
I think it like kind of gave people the idea. You know, see Tupac coming out. What
Yeah.
the fuck is up, Coachella? It's like, Tupac ain't never said that. It's I don't know. It makes me feel uneasy. It's a lot of bullshit.
I think it's worse because likeness, yeah, it sucks. But with words, there's intention behind it that the dead guy has no control over it. Ooh, good point, BTG player. Yeah, there's a lot of ethics going on here.
Yeah, but some
But
people have no.
I don't know how to transition from Anthony Bourdain to Super Mario 64, but transition. Tell us about it, Gio.
All right, so on Monday, Heritage Auction sold off an unopened copy of the 1996 Nintendo 64 game Super Mario 64 for $1.5 million. According to the auction house, there were 16 bids, and the final price is the highest ever for a single video game. The vintage video game trade has been booming over the past 3 years, especially during the pandemic, and the selling price has even has seasoned collectors shocked and scratching their heads. To put it simply, Super Mario 64 hold on, let me reread this. To put in perspective the of the game in sale, one of the collectors notes that the first comic book that sold for $1 million was Action Comics #1, which featured Superman's debut. That was in 2010, and it was printed and the comic was printed in 1938. So that was 17 years old. Now, to put in perspective, 1996, Super Mario 64 to 2021. That's what? Hold on, let me do quick math. 15 years?
Yeah, no, 25.
25.
Right?
I'm sure. Wait, is
Yeah,
it?
I'm pretty sure it's 25.
Yeah, it is 25. I can't do math. I'm not there's a reason why I'm a fucking history teacher. Anyways, it has people scratching their head saying like, yo, why is this game that's only 25 years old being being sold for more than like a Superman comic from the 1930s? I
Sounds
think
like
also
somebody used the sale of the game to disguise money laundering. Probably, says Arkin the Wack.
probably. I think also, I did read a theory that the auction house was actually owned by someone who does the grading on the game, so there was like a little bit of shadiness there too. So I wouldn't be
That
surprised
is sketchy.
at either theory. So yeah,
They. Whoops.
I don't know. I feel like BTG Play is about to hit us with some knowledge, but he had a typo.
Well,
Well,
hopefully,
whatever.
I'm going to not open my copy of Cyberpunk for 25 years, and hopefully I get $1 million out of that.
Man, I just think back at like all the games that like I could have just kept like I could have just bought 2 copies and been like, all right, and wait 25 years and now I'm a millionaire. But it is.
But
Okay,
BTG
BTG.
plays it. They are friends. It's been confirmed.
Yeah, so there's definitely some shadiness going on there. All right, but anyways, from Super Mario to super fucking punches and kicks. Tell me what happened with UFC, Mikey. I mean, I was there too to watch it, but you're more the UFC
Oh
guy.
yeah, we actually watched it at your house. I was
Yeah, we
about to
did.
leave and go back to my house to watch it, but then you're like, "I'm buying the fight." I'm like, "All right." Then I'm
No,
staying.
my brother bought the fight. He was like, "Can we get the fight?" and threw me his debit card, and I'm glad I didn't pay for it because that was some bullshit. But go on.
Yeah. So yeah, I went uh maybe 3 out of 4 on my predictions because I predicted Dustin Poirier was going to beat Conor McGregor, and it actually was not a fluke. When Conor McGregor kicked, Dustin Poirier blocked it with his elbow, and that's what broke it. So that was a legit one. And also, Gilbert Burns also beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, and Irene Aldana, who was an underdog, TKO'd her opponent. But the one prediction I got wrong was Ryan Hall, who got knocked the fuck out. And yeah, that sucked because I had some bets going on with that. But anyways, that happened, and Conor McGregor went crazy after the fight, threatening Dustin Poirier's wife, and then on social media was talking crazy. He posted pictures of Dustin's training partner and even his daughter. So I don't know how anyone can still be fans of Conor McGregor at this point because he's only has one win in the past 3 or 4 years, and yeah, I don't think he deserves a rematch because
Yeah, he's kind
yeah,
of
he
washed.
lost. And also, this week is been confirmed that Nick Diaz, who is from 209 Stockton, homie, and he is going to be fighting Robbie Lawler, which is a rematch. 17 years in the making. They fought when they were like teenagers, I think, maybe not like 21 ish. But yeah, and they're both still legit fighters, and they're fighting in September, and that's going to be a good matchup. I'm so excited. I'm even debating about going to Vegas to watch this fight because that's how much of a banger I think this fight is going to be.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, and that's how he fights. Like he just talks shit while punching you in the face,
Do you think,
and that's
Mikey,
where
that
his Nate Diaz gets it from. What?
fuck, I forgot my question. Never mind. Oh, yeah, here was my question. How long do you think till we get Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor announced?
Oh, dude, I don't. I would say within 2 years because Conor
Yeah,
McGregor said he will be on crutches for at least 6 weeks, and then they said they're aiming to fight again in the UFC next year. So like it seems like he wants to like get his win back or finish the trilogy with Nate Diaz. But yeah, I don't. I don't see a fight with him and Jake Paul for at least a year.
It's gonna happen. It like absolutely is gonna
Yeah,
happen.
like that's printing money basically.
It's like
But
these all
I
these
don't pay for their fights.
it's all these fighters that are like, why should I fight for the UFC when I can get paid fighting one of the Paul brothers?
Exactly. No, and that's a lot of people are trying to do that, get that paycheck.
Yeah, I bet because there isn't that a big thing that UFC fighters in the UFC feel like they don't get paid enough.
Yeah, they get paid peanuts compared to every other major sport. Actually, they're paid more than boxers, but that's not saying much. But anyways, like there's a lot of personal beefs and personal grudges in the UFC. But enough about that. Tell us about Persona.
All right,
Gio.
so September marks the 25th anniversary of the Persona role-playing games, and Atlas cannot be accused of under-celebrating the event. The developer is teasing 7 Persona-related project announcements, the first of which will reveal sometime in September. They have a website where it sketches out from this September to autumn 2022 with a bunch of blank spaces for those 7 announcements. Now, what could be announced? Honestly, it could be anything from a Persona 6 to merchandise for Persona that's Japanese only. It could be anything in between. I'm personally hoping for Persona 6, maybe a remake of 3, a remake of 2 and 3, or even just a remaster of 2 and 3, fully voiced and translated. I'm excited. Persona 2 has one of the most interesting plot devices to where the game is basically split in two. So there's like basically it's Persona 2, the whole story, but it's carried on to part 1 and part 2 in 2 different games. But I really hope they remake those games because I think the narrative is pretty interesting, and I would love for more people to play those games. I love Persona. I'm hoping for Persona 6 to come out too, but we'll see. But I'll definitely have a pretty crazy reaction when Persona 6 gets announced.
Are you going to
But
be streaming that?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I'm set up by then. But speaking of crazy reactions, Mikey, someone else had a pretty crazy fucking reaction or reactions. Tell me about that.
Yeah, Deadpool actually reacted to Ryan Reynolds' movie, Free Guy. Hold on, where's my notes? And he was doing it with an MCU character, with a fellow Marvel character. And this is the first crossover with the MCU and Fox. And there was another crossover, but we'll be talking about that later. So, this week, ever since Disney bought Fox, people have been wondering just when the heck is Deadpool 3 was coming? Or in other words, when is Deadpool officially joined the MCU? Well, in a very unexpected way, he just did, right there. In a new promotion for the upcoming Ryan Reynolds movie Free Guy, Thor Ragnarok favorite Korg, aka Taika Waititi, joins the Merc with the Mouth for the first MCU Deadpool crossover. Together, the two make a reaction video parody where they watch the trailer for the movie and snarkily comment along. You can actually watch the whole trailer on YouTube, featuring the voices of Ryan Reynolds and Taika. And in his trademark fashion, Deadpool finds a way to mock not just the movie he's there to promote, but also mocking the recent success of the MCU on Disney+. He even takes shots at Deadpool 2, and he cracks a joke that Free Guy is just something left over from a fire sale after Disney bought 20th Century Studios from Fox. Damn.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Yeah.
Are you gonna watch
But
Free Guy?
it still looks... I mean, it intrigues me. But I don't know if I'll watch it in theaters. Maybe when it goes on one of the streaming services, probably. So yeah.
I'll wait to see what people are saying about it.
Yeah, like it doesn't look like I don't know what I'm looking at. Something that's everyone's going to remember.
Yeah.
I'll put it on the same tier as Pixels. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah. I mean, it could be good, but it could be Pixels. So we'll see.
Yes. Hopefully, we'll actually. I don't want to see more crossovers in ads. I want to see crossovers in actual media. But yeah. So that brings us to the end of our subtopics, and maybe even our show. Just kidding.
Nah,
We're going to be talking about. Actually, what do you want to talk about first?
let's
Do
leave
you want to talk
Loki.
about? Oh wait, let's review Space Jam first, because I
Yeah, let's do Space Jam, and then we'll do we'll do the Switch Pro, and then we'll do Loki last because some people like probably don't want spoilers for that, so we'll leave that one last.
okay, yeah, because yeah, all right. So Space Jam 2, we both saw it yesterday, and yeah, tell us your thoughts, Gio.
God damn, this was a bad fucking movie. Like it was bad. Like I think like it's surprising that LeBron's acting really was flat as fuck. It was as if like he was just reading it. He wasn't even acting. But there were so many corny fucking parts of this fucking movie where we talked about it where there was times where LeBron and the kid that plays his son, there's like the father son moment and you hear the
Yeah,
da, 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 music coming in and it's just like wasn't there a Family Guy bit making fun of this? Like what the fuck? What did you think, Mikey?
like within the first 15 minutes after hearing the word Warner like 20 times, I was like, all right, I was already over the movie, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish it because we're going to be talking about it. And it took me over 3 hours to finish this movie because I had to keep pausing, get up, walking around to wake myself up because I was getting really bored. And yeah, I did not enjoy this movie at all.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, I think you said that in the notes. You said Avengers Endgame plus Ready Player One plus Space Jam One minus epicness plus marketing and even the story and the story and the script were just flat out bad. In that Space
Yeah,
Jam
like the
too.
first movie, it was created because it was based on a commercial. But this movie, the one that you see up there, is literally is a commercial. If you want to know what franchise sequels are going to be coming out in the future, watch Space Jam 2 because there's they tell you, or actually they don't tell you, they show you franchises that are have upcoming things coming out, such as The Matrix. They said the word Matrix like I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 times, and then there's a lot of Batman characters with two penguins because the next Batman movie has Penguin in it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's also Mad Max getting a spin-off movie with Furiosa. They had a whole scene with Mad Max in there, and then there's a lot of Game of Thrones because there's going to be a lot of Game of Thrones properties coming out in the future, and also we even went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So yeah, and also it was kind of weird that they showed a lot of attention on Austin Powers and Casablanca.
Yeah, those two
So
were weird. Like you think we're
so I
actually
was
getting
like, I
an Austin
wonder
Powers
what they're
sequel?
doing with that.
You think we're actually getting Austin Powers sequel?
Well, they've been talking about it for years, and Austin Powers has been an Austin Powers. Mike Myers has been talking about it. It's like, yeah, we have a story. We just want to like get things together. But Vern Troyer died, so I don't know if that even is going to get off the ground.
Oh yeah, he
So
did
yeah, I
die. I
don't know.
forgot he passed away. What the fuck? What movies have Mike Myers done? Like, is he just retired? Is he just chilling? Has he done
The
any
last
movies
thing I
lately?
remember him in is Inglorious Bastards.
Yeah, same. And that was just basically a cameo.
Yeah, I mean, probably is super satisfied with the money he made off of Austin Powers.
Shit. I mean, I don't know how much those movies made, but actually, no. Wasn't he in something after Austin Powers? He was in The Love Guru, and everyone said that movie was trash. Actually, I think I
Dude,
watched
I
it.
saw that shit in theaters.
I think I saw it in theaters too, and I don't remember
It
anything
was so
about it.
bad.
All I remember is that Timberlake's character, like, they kept calling him the big cock or Le Grand Cock, and it was at one point he was actually literally holding a chicken. That's all I remember from that movie. God, was it really
Yeah.
that bad?
And so who do you think's the better actor, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Oh, Michael Jordan for sure. Like as far as Space Jams are concerned, I would say Michael Jordan. But
Yeah, I would agree because wait, but what?
I remember LeBron in the movie Trainwreck, and I thought he did pretty good in that movie. So to see this movie just kind of suck, and a lot of his acting just being flat, was a little surprising, to be honest.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Yeah, because I watched that scene from Trainwreck. I was like, oh wow, he's kind of funny. But
Yeah.
in this movie, it sounds like someone just typed in a line in a LeBron voice generator, and it came out as such.
What did you think of Don Cheadle's villain?
I think he knew exactly what kind of movie he was in, and he knew exactly how to play the role because it was very cheesy comic book villain with the twirly mustache, and it seemed like he was having fun with the role. Like that's a Emmy nominated actor right there
I
because he was
didn't put
nominated
that,
for an Emmy for his work on Captain America: Winter Soldier.
even though he was in that show for what, less than 100 seconds.
Yeah.
That was
So
the
like, if
fuck.
he's getting nominated for an Emmy for his work in Captain America, he better be getting nominated for an Oscar for his work in Space Jam.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, there's a couple things that I wish they called back to the old movie, which were kind of nice. I wish they did a little bit more of that. But then I realized, I was like, I wanted to hear "I Believe I Can Fly," but then I was like, oh wait, that's an R. Kelly song, and they probably couldn't do that.
Yeah, that
Like
probably doesn't fly right now.
that's a big yikes right there. But I wanted a fucking Bill Murray cameo too, even a fucking Stedman cameo. But
Yeah.
they did have a good cameo that I'm not going to spoil, which
Okay,
was
that gave me the biggest laugh out of the whole movie. Probably
I,
the
I
only
would
laugh.
say I
Actually,
would say
no.
that. Go ahead.
I chuckled twice. And involving the pig, which is like 5 minutes after the scene we're talking about.
Oh fuck, that scene gave me cringe. I
Yeah,
was
no,
like,
like it was. I laughed because of how bad it was. Like it
it was
was. Oh, it was so bad. Like imagine like a Hollywood executive, let's put that in there. That'll be funny. It's exactly
oh
that type of energy, and it's
no,
so blatantly obvious too. I mean, the whole movie
no,
is so blatant in their whatever they're putting in front of your face.
yeah, it was pretty bad. I think this has got to be probably the worst basketball movie ever. Because I think even that Kevin Durant movie is
Yeah,
probably better than
probably.
this. God,
I haven't seen that one.
oh man, mm-mm.
But yeah, but let's ignore us for a bit. Do you think kids like Zoomers who have never seen Space Jam 1 would like this movie, or be like, oh wow, the Looney Tunes?
I think kids will like it because kids like just cartoons. So I would say like
Mm-hmm.
really young children will like this movie. I don't know if Zoomers will like it, especially like if they probably had like older siblings or cousins or friends that have like showed them the original, and they'll probably be like, "Yo, the new one fucking sucks."
And
So
does Looney Tunes have a big presence in today's? I don't consume children's media.
I wouldn't say like
I saw this yesterday
present,
at my center.
but they're I would say they're definitely still recognizable. Like everyone knows who the Looney Tunes are. Oh, what did the
Yeah,
kids?
I don't
How
know.
did the
It's
kids like it?
hmm.
My name is Earl. Said I showed this yesterday at my center. How did the kids like it? Did they like it or
Oh
not?
yeah.
Because you
Tell
have a
us
more
your the kids' reviews. What do the kids
what
think about this? Because I one of my friends who has kids said her sons loved the movie. The kids liked it fine.
yeah. So that's probably what they were
Yeah,
going
so
for.
yeah, like this movie is not for us.
No,
It's
we
for
have
the
the original.
kids. So yeah. Um
Let me ask you
I don't
one
know.
last thing.
I would not recommend watching this movie in theaters. I'd wait till it's free on HBO Max.
It is already.
Or yeah, oh yeah, it is free. Or not free, but it is on HBO Max.
Honestly,
They
like
really
I
liked
wouldn't
it. They made a big deal
recommend.
about the Big Chungus shit and Rick and Morty. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Shit. I forgot about the big chungus. That part didn't make me laugh.
Which is wearing. Oh yeah, right. Kind of.
Fucking big chungus. Oh yeah, I know that Rick and Morty part is worrying. Why are these kids watching Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
But anyways,
But
let
yeah.
me
If
ask you
you
one
have
last
kids,
question.
I probably recommend it because there's probably stuff that they will recognize. Actually, I don't know. There's a lot of the properties in there for like things that or our generation, maybe Zoomers recognize.
Yeah, like Iron
There isn't
Giant and
really a
King
lot of
Kong.
children's properties being displayed, except for like Flintstones and Jetsons, which I saw in the background, but they weren't like front and center.
Yeah, or like DC, Marvel, DC. Or, I mean DC shit.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, so last
let me
thoughts
ask
on Space Jam
you.
2.
Let me ask you one last question, Mikey.
Okay.
Do you think the original still holds up, or are we just looking at it through nostalgia?
Oh, it's totally nostalgia. Like it sucks, but we love it because we watched it. We grew up with it.
Yeah, I wonder if the Zoomers are going to feel the same way about this movie.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Look, I also wonder what they think about the first one.
Oh yeah,
Like, do they think it's
yeah.
like '90s trash, or do they think it's like cheesy fun, like how we think it is?
Yeah. Hmm.
Or how come
We'll
we
see.
can't look at the same or look at Space Jam 2 with the same lens as we did with Space Jam 1? Cheesy fun.
Maybe because we're older and
Probably.
we've
OG
been.
Space Jam is trash, said my name is Earl. I mean, you're not wrong.
Fuck you! Don't disrespect OG Space Jam. I love that movie.
I mean, I love it
How?
too, but you can recognize that it's bad.
You know
I
what?
mean, I
I
really
would
like the movie 2012, but I recognize that it's bad.
look. Look, don't be
Okay,
disrespecting Space
I'm
Jam. All
looking.
right, go fuck yourselves. How you gonna disrespect a movie that has both uh fucking Bill Murray and fucking Stedman? All right. Anyways,
Okay.
let me
Last
move on.
thoughts.
Objectively, fuck you. Don't-
Okay, well, here are my last thoughts on the movie. I think you should just wait till you can watch it for free on a streaming service.
I think
That's it.
don't bother
I wouldn't
unless you
pay
have
for it.
children.
Yeah. Why are you booing? I'm right.
Go,
I'm with you. My name's Earl.
what was
All
I
right,
gonna say?
so
I
what
would
are
say
your last
don't watch
thoughts?
this movie. Don't watch this movie unless you have kids that are like 8 and under. Like unless you have
Yeah,
children, like this movie's not worth watching. It's pretty bad. Or unless you like really love LeBron, because I know he has a weird cult following.
dude. Oh, also, this movie was like LeBron is like the next best thing since sliced bread. This is very stroking LeBron's ego.
Even though they fucking lost to the
Anyways,
Suns in the fucking second round. But whatever. Oh shit,
all
there's
right. So
basketball in there.
moving on to our next topic, we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch Pro. I mean, the Steam Deck. What's going on with that, Gio?
Alright, hold on, let me pull up the notes real quick. So, Valve pulled a Thanos. Where they said, fine, I'll do it myself. Valve just announced the Steam Deck, which is a long rumored Switch-like handheld gaming device. It will be shipping in December, and reservations open July 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It starts at $139.99, but you can buy it in one. And did I say 139?
I was like, ooh, that's cheap.
I meant to say 309 or 399.
Well, shit, I'm not gonna buy it now.
And you can also buy it in 529 and 649 models as well. The device has an AMD APU containing a quad-core Zen 2 CPU with 8 threads and 8 complete units worth of AMD RDNA 2 graphics alongside 16 gigabytes of RAM. And then there are 3 different storage tiers. You get 64 gigabytes for $399, 256 gigabytes SSD storage for $529, and 512 gigabytes of high-speed NVMe SSD storage for
So what
64
does that mean?
649. So
What
basically,
does that mean,
what
Gio?
it means is you have more storage space to save games and stuff on your Switch, not your Switch, your Steam Deck, and kind of the speed of the storage. So the the speed to where things can load and stuff is what uh
Huey has no idea what he's saying. Guaranteed. Oh man.
hold on. Who do I have to shoot? Go fuck yourself, BGG play. I knew you were on some bullshit. But it's basically just the amount of stuff you can store on the Switch, on the Steam. I keep trying to say the Switch, the Steam Deck,
You
and
really want it to be the
and
Switch.
the amount of stuff you can the speed at which it can load. Anyways, go fuck yourself. Um, there are 2 thumbsticks. It also has 2 small Steam controller style trackpads beneath the thumbsticks that could give you more precision for things like first person shooting. The front of the Steam Deck also has the ABXY buttons, a D-pad, and a 7-inch 1280 by 800 touchscreen for 720p gameplay. It also has a gyroscope for motion controls like the Switch. It has 2 shoulder triggers on each side, and there are 4 back buttons, 2 on each side, as well as a built-in microphone. As for the battery, they said that most games will play. They expect a maximum of 7 to 8 hours. If you're playing Portal 2, it'll last for 4 hours, is what Valve told IGN. And if you limit it to 30 frames per second, you're going to be playing for 5 to 6 hours. So they also selling a dock that you can use to prop up the Steam Deck, kind of like the Switch, that contains fully fledged HDMI, Ethernet, and USB ports, as well as standard Bluetooth. So you also have native Bluetooth audio, which is not in the Nintendo Switch. Anyways, Mikey, what is your interest on this?
Um, I'm down with it. Like I want it more than the Switch. And we mentioned it earlier, like maybe you could even run a Switch emulator on this because of how the technology inside of it.
Yeah, so for the OS, it's based on Linux. What the fuck?
Limits.
It's ba- it's based on Linux, but it will use Proton as a compatibility layer to allow Windows-based games to run without requiring the developers to port them for the Steam Deck. So, I mean, Linux is open source, meaning that you may be able to do whatever the fuck you want with it. This shit's probably gonna get hacked like crazy.
Yeah, and BTG plays thinks it's dumb, honestly. And like, I kind of agree. Like, this gives me Google Stadia energy. Stadia,
Yeah,
whatever.
hasn't Valve already tried with a bunch of other hardware or peripherals to where they just kind of abandon them after like a few months? Very much like Google abandons everything. I feel like Valve does the same thing because, I think at that price, if you're gonna buy this for what 400 to the cheapest model is $400, but I think if you want to get it, you might as well go for the bigger one. And at that point, you might as well just get a PC.
Exactly.
Exactly. And if you want to play on the go, you might as well just get a Switch.
Steam machine, Steam controller, Steam Link, all discontinued.
Yeah,
Ugh, very good
I'm
point.
really, I'm not really buying this. I feel like this is another one of those things that are going to be discontinued in about a year or two.
I don't disagree, but this does intrigue me more than the Switch because of how powerful it is. But will it be popular? I don't know. Like, will it sell enough? I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Could be another one of those things that Steam is trying.
I just feel like you might as well just run all these games on your fucking PC. And if you want something like this, I mean, if you're gonna get a Switch, you know what you're getting. It's gonna be Nintendo first party only games, and those are definitely not coming to PC. So that's kind of what you're paying for when you get the Switch.
Yeah. So but it could also run I feel like it could run emulators though. Not that we encourage that.
Not that we encourage it, exactly. We encourage everyone to play their games legally, even if there is no way
Yeah.
to legally play certain games because Nintendo's head ass. But I honestly I'm not gonna buy this. I'd rather just save up and get a PC, which everyone's been bugging me about. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
get it.
and who is the target audience for this?
Honestly, don't even fucking know. People who really want to fucking Switch Pro, but I think everyone kind of recognizes that it's kind of like dumb. But you know, Valve has a bunch of money. They just kind of just probably just threw it to the wall. All right, so BTG Play says the problem with it is the games are not optimized for the handheld. So if you run into a problem, it's like troubleshooting a computer. Also, PC games are like 500 gigabytes, so that HDD space is going to be dead real
50,
quick.
but
Oh yeah, 50 gigabytes. But you can expand it. There is a slot for expansion, but that's probably going to get eat up. It's going to get used up as well.
yeah, it's gonna be
So
like the new PS4 where you can only have like 1 or 2 games on at the same time, or installed. I mean,
yeah, that's fucking bullshit. Although, you know, on a side note, I did see people say that the PS5 games are more optimized to where it uses less storage space than PS4 games, but you know, that's neither here nor there. I don't know. I don't see the appeal of this unless, you know, Valve starts making games that are optimized for this kind of handheld device. Right?
yeah,
It just
like
does.
I'm only interested in it because I'm not a handheld gamer, but if I were, I would probably look into this because the emulators that I do not want to run.
But yeah. Um like I said, I'm not that impressed, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see what the market says if people decide to buy this, if this is going to dethrone the Switch. You know, interesting enough, people were saying this is a Switch clone, but I think someone else also brought up the I think it's the Atari Lynx. They had kind of the same kind of mojo for it. Was it the Lynx? Let me see. Yeah,
I don't know.
the Atari Lynx was a handheld that you can also dock into your TV. So, eh, it's
Cool.
not just
But
Switch
yeah, I'm
Pro.
not probably not gonna buy it. Like maybe wait till it drops down to $200. I got my Steam controller when it was $10, started at 60 LMAO. Yeah, I'll wait till we'll see how it goes. Okay. Oh, all right. I guess we'll
Right.
move on to the next topic then.
My fucking my glasses are like really foggy, so I couldn't read what BTG Play said. But yeah, I agree. I mean, like all things, this shit is gonna just drop in price. It's
Yeah.
not like
Well, make Half-Life 3, Valve, right? Well, I see you haven't played the first two. Have you played them?
no. I'm not a I'm not a Half-Life person, but I keep hearing that they're good. I
It would be
mean,
some shit if they release Half-Life 3, the Steam
it's
Deck only.
a Steam Deck exclusive. Damn,
Yeah,
that would be some shit. People would be
that would
fucking
sell.
pissed. It's kind of like, oh yeah, we're making a new Half-Life game, but it's a fucking VR game. Yeah, no,
Right? Like
it's gonna
I wouldn't be
happen.
surprised.
Gabe Newell is like, he's listening and he's like, yo, that's a good idea. We're gonna make Half-Life 3 like just for the Steam Deck. So it's gonna happen. I predict that shit's gonna happen now. All right. Anyways, let's move on to the next topic, Mikey.
All right, so the next topic is going to be about Loki, and I kind of want to just talk spoilers the whole time.
You want to go into spoilers?
I mean, yeah, it's the finale, and
Yeah.
like who's going to listen to a non-spoiler review of the finale? If anyone's watching Loki, they would have seen that already.
All right. So if anyone does care about spoilers, we're gonna put the timer up and let you know that spoilers are going to be for this long.
Well, we're probably going to be talking about spoilers in the post show too.
Oh yeah. Well,
Or actually, do you want to just talk about all MCU spoilers in this part?
Yeah, let's just do that. We'll just blow everything
All right.
open.
Okay, so spoilers for Loki and all of MCU. So if you haven't seen the Disney Plus shows or Black Widow, then beware. All right,
Beware.
let's go.
All right. Ready? Timer up.
Yep.
Fucking Kang. Holy shit. As soon as
Dude,
the
the theories
doors
were
open,
right.
as soon as I saw the door open and saw the actor, I was like, "Oh fuck! They really did it. They really made a Disney Plus show that has fucking repercussions." Because the first two felt like they really didn't. Like we talked about this. Like I felt like you could have skipped WandaVision and the Falcon Winter Soldier and been fine.
Yep.
Like you would have missed some backstory, but I mean nothing really too crazy. But yo, Kang, I think they're setting him up to be the next big bad.
Well, yeah, like because he was announced as Kang for Ant-Man's Quantumania, which is not coming out for another 2 years. So they introduced Kang for his movie. Oh, you good? Or just bored? Okay. But
I think it's very clever the way they introduced him. It's like this is a variant of Kang. This is a version of him. And now we've opened up the possibilities to the multiverse saga. Which
what's
will
your
probably
opinion on the variant, the King variant that we got? A lot of people weren't happy with that iteration.
I actually really liked it because what you're getting here is just a Kang that has been living through all this bullshit and he's just ready for it to be over. He's kind of just over everything. He's just kind of jaded and weary and kind of like just feels like everything is what's the word I'm looking for? Everything is it doesn't matter. He's kind of become almost I want to say like almost like a nihilist, but like a really but he's also not quite there at nihilism, but he's just over everything. So he's kind of like a little kooky. He doesn't have ambition anymore. He just wants to keep everything the same. But if he were to die, he would be like, well, y'all made this happen, so now you have to deal with it. What do you think, Mikey?
Yeah, I was kind of with the main crowd being like, "Oh, what is this performance?" But then, like as it was going on, I was like, "Okay, so like he seems like the wacky zany character because he's been up there for I don't know eons and eons, and then so he probably would be a little wacky." But and I really what sold me on that performance was his very last line. See you soon. I was like, oh shit. Like I actually said that out loud when that happened. I was like, he smiled. Like after he got stabbed, he smiled and said, see you soon. And then I was like, oh shit. He didn't even care that he just got stabbed and got killed. I was like, oh shit. Oh, no, this is going to be huge. And then we got the Planet of the Apes homage at the end there, where Loki came back. Actually, no, he didn't come back. He was sent back by Sylvie. Oh wait, hold on. Let's backtrack. I'm skipping ahead. What do you think about Sylvie?
I there was a line that Loki said And I thought it was pretty, it was corny, but it was pretty poignant,
Poignant.
poignant. Yes, that word. Where where basically the Kang just basically lays it out, and he's like, either look, y'all can take my place, and you could be the new ones running the TVA, or right, you can kill me, and there's gonna be worse versions of me coming out, right? And then Sylvie tries to kill him, but Loki stops her because he's like, yo, we need to think about what we're gonna do. And they end up fighting and blah blah blah. And then Sylvie says, well, what can we do? Like, why is it like this? And Loki says, because you can't trust anyone, and I cannot be trusted. Which is, I think, a pretty what's a simple way to boil down both those characters. Sylvie has been on the run because her childhood, her life was taken from her, and doesn't trust a single soul. And also knowing the fact that who she is and the different versions of her that just betray everyone, and kind of this OG Loki just kind of being reformed, which I'm still kind of about. Like, we're seeing Loki basically become a hero. How do you feel about that, Mikey?
Yeah, like I'm still on the fence, like, because everything that he's done in the past MCU films,
Yeah.
are you just gonna have to forget it and forgive? Because
Yeah.
there's some pretty fucked up shit that he did.
He killed Phil Coulson.
Yeah. And then what happened? Oh, he even killed. We know he didn't kill the dad, did he?
The dad.
Anthony Hopkins? No, he died on his own, right?
Yeah, no, he died on his own. Like, I think Loki kind of made peace, and he was starting to kind of reform a little bit in Thor Ragnarok, and then we see him kind of sacrifice himself, like when Thanos showed up. So he was kind of on that path of redemption. But actually, no, that doesn't make sense, because the Loki we're thinking of is a different Loki. The Loki that Thanos killed was a different Loki than the one from the Loki TV show.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Oh, shit. I was just thinking about
Loki. Damn, I forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah. Because, like, we're just supposed to believe that this Loki, the one who just got arrested after the Avengers, is now kind of becoming a good guy. And yeah, you can kind of say the stuff that he finds out about him being the reason why his mother died, and finding out that what his end game is, and what always happens to him, and kind of having that little, like, crisis of identity. But I don't think it absolves this Loki of all the shit that he's done.
Yeah, wait, this Loki never experienced Thor Ragnarok.
Exactly. So we don't get those moments from this Loki, and now we're supposed to believe that Loki is a good guy? I don't know about that, dog.
The only thing that Loki has done, or this Loki, is the first Thor movie and Avengers, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, no, also, no, you're right. We don't even get the Loki. It's not even the Loki that sacrifices himself from Thor 2.
Oh, shit. So yeah, he hasn't experienced that character arc yet.
Yeah. He literally hasn't experienced any of his redemption character arcs, but now he's redeemed. Like, that's the one thing. Like, you have to really forget about all that stuff to kind of really enjoy this show. But overall, I did really enjoy Loki. Like, don't get me wrong, it's like still a good show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this show is required watching, because it's weird, because Kevin Feige said before all the Disney Plus shows premiered, was that these Disney Plus shows were going to be optional and not required watching for understanding the MCU. Wibbly wobbly time stuff. Yeah, and then I think this show puts Kevin Feige on the same tier as George Lucas, Peter Jackson, and James Cameron in terms of bringing epic storytelling and world building to the screen. Because now we're super excited for next movie. And he said earlier this week that Kevin Feige was in a meeting with other people. Here's what he said: the multiverse is coming up in a big way. There's interconnectivity that their people have already started to see and suss out. I had a meeting this morning with the whole broad Marvel Studios team, going through the multiverse and the rules of the multiverse, and exactly how to really deliver the excitement surrounding the multiverse. Because, like with so much with Marvel, that's a topic. When we first had Sam Jackson appear in a cameo at the end of Iron Man, I thought it would be a relatively small group of people that would be excited by that, and that we'd have to then educate a broader public about what that meant and who Nick Fury was. But almost instantly, if you remember, way back to the summer of 2008, it ignited everyone's imagination. And the finale has the same effect.
Yeah. I mean, I think it could still be optional viewing depending on how Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, which are the next ones that we think are going to do like time stuff or like alternate universe stuff, how will they explain it? So I could feel like it could also still be like optional viewing, but to have a clear understanding. I think Loki, you should watch Loki. Hold on. God damn. I'm good.
Yeah, you good? Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
I
that
think
brings us to
between
the end.
like
Well, I want to bring one fun fact.
go ahead.
Since the timer is up. You good, bro? Right?
I've been like coughing and sneezing, and I hope I'm not getting sick.
Yeah, there's a rise of cases with vaccinated people getting
Well,
the thing, but I
I
think you should be fine.
I can still taste food, so I'm good.
Yeah, I know. But
COVID
yeah, with
2.0.
the fun fact that I wanted to bring up that we talked about earlier was the Fox and MCU crossover. I'm not going to spoil the thing, but the character that we saw in the finale, he was previously owned by Fox due to Fantastic Four. So
Oh yeah,
two
right.
Fox characters made their MCU debuts this week, which is Deadpool and that guy. But there's also an actor mentioned that he is the first mutant in the MCU, and that's in a Black Widow film. But it wasn't official, but they gave him the character's name. No, do we spoil it? I don't know if that's a real spoiler.
It's not really.
Yeah, the actor played the Marvel character Ursa, who is the bear, man bear, or something.
Yeah.
You know more about it, Gio.
It's he's not even really a major character or even a side character. It's like even like a cameo. He's this big dude that was arm wrestling with the Red Guardian, and he's a mutant that can turn into a bear. He's basically a part of their like the Russia's X-Men Avengers whatever team. So
Yeah, and he announced that like he was the first mutant in the MCU.
everyone's like,
So
"Yo!"
it should be interesting.
I
Actually,
mean, that's
probably Ken Feige would be like, nope.
yeah. Kevin Feige could really just say, "Nah, like, nah, fam, this ain't it." You
Yeah.
think that?
All right. So
Speaking of
what?
MCU, Mikey, as you know, let's save it for the post show. Let's save it for the post show.
Okay. Well, hold on. That brings us to the end of our 1v1 show, where we talked about Loki, the Steam Deck, and Space Jam 2, which I do not recommend watching. And we'll close out with the final word from Gio.
All right, give me the one, Mikey.
Here you go.
All right,
So,
fucking being. I hope I'm not getting sick. Take care of yourselves, right? Even when you're out and about, still, please wear a mask. I think that a lot of people we've been feeling the freedom of not being masked anymore. The mask mandate's gone. But I'm just gonna ask you, like, let's keep wearing our masks when we go out, when we're in large gatherings and large places, at least have a mask on you. So where you can if you are asked to wear a mask, let's not make life harder for people who are telling you, "Hey, can you please put on a mask?" Because most of the time these people are just employees that work at stores. Honestly, even though, I've been going out a lot, I always have a mask on me. I'm asking you, please, let's just keep a mask on. Let's not go back to the days of lockdown because that shit fucking sucked. And if I have to teach virtually for another year, I will go insane. So, please stick around for the post show. We're going to talk about MCU shit and just other random things. But it's been your boy, Geo Huey Flo, alongside my co host,
Mikey.
reminding you to stay thriving, stay surviving. And I forgot my last thing, but whatever. Whatever. Peace.
Wait, also follow us on our socials up there.
Oh yeah, I forgot to post our. I forgot to boost our socials. Follow us on socials. I did it wrong. Hold on.
Nice B1.
Shut up. Right there. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and also if you feel so inclined, please throw us some Patreon money. Thank you, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
See you on the post show.
Holy shit, I did not feel it. I don't think we back.
Whoops. We're back for the post show.
We're back. Post show. All right. I had a question to ask you. Oh, here is my question. Do you think they bring back Hugh Jackman for Wolverine?
Maybe for a cameo, like how they did in Days of Future Past, where he's like, "Fuck off."
Yeah, I can't imagine him. Like, I could see him maybe wanting to play Wolverine, but at the same time, like, you got to rip the Band-Aid off. Like, you got to find someone new eventually.
Hugh Jackman hates playing Wolverine. Yeah, like I think he's over that role now. And plus, I don't think he wants to be in shape. So if you were to see him, it would be like a fully clothed Hugh Jackman. Which I mean, when do we ever see him? I mean, except in
maybe
Logan.
they'll be like a cameo, like a multiverse cameo. I can see that happening.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like maybe like a Days of Futures Past, where like they go up to him and he's like, "Fuck off," and then I don't know, maybe do something. Or maybe we'll see him in that infamous yellow Wolverine suit finally, in an alternate Hugh Jackman. Alternate Logan.
I kind of miss the costume, the Wolverine costume. We never really got that with Hugh Jackman.
I mean, they teased it with the Wolverine. Remember when he was set in Japan?
Yes. God, I don't think I watched that movie actually. No, did I watch it? I know it wasn't a bad movie because people said it was good.
They just need to let the Fox X-Men universe go and reboot and recast everyone. I agree.
Yeah, same.
And we can finally bring Channing Tatum as Gambit.
God damn it! I
don't want that.
I feel like we should keep Lana Condor as Jubilee, and then we should keep Olivia Munn as Psylocke. Actually, why? I don't know. I didn't watch Apocalypse. I just really love him. I love Olivia Munn.
I met her before.
Yeah, I know. You tell me this every time I bring her up. All right, I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, I'll tell them the story of how I met Olivia Munn. So I met Olivia Munn literally, I think within her first 6 months of G4. Yeah, so I'm a boomer. Like, I remember her first day on G4 because I added her on MySpace right after that episode, and I was like one of her first friends outside of like her personal people. So yeah, and anyways, so I had tickets to CES 2007 or 2008. No, it was 2007 for CES in Las Vegas, and G4 they went there to cover the show, and also I also saw Jimmy Fallon because that's when he just got the Tonight Show gig, and he didn't even host a show yet. So G4 is having a show at CES, and then I go over there and I watched the entire taping. They did a whole show on the showroom floor, and then afterwards I walked up to Olivia Munn. I was like, "Hey, can we get a picture?" And then I had a camera with me, and I was like, "Hey, could you give a shout out to my friends in the 707? Because that's where me and Gio are from." And then she did it. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find that YouTube video because I have it on YouTube. But yeah, she is as pretty in person as she is on like on the internet. Let's see. Hey, why does it have 700 views? Yo, Mikey, I just got the despecialized edition of Star Wars. Ooh, is it the Harmy edition? I think it was. Like he's been working on that constantly, I think. But yeah, those are good.
You know, I never assume. What's up, sir?
The Harmy edition? Yeah, yeah, you know what's up. Hold
Hey,
on,
Mike, let me ask you something. Is Star Wars for
Okay.
kids?
Yes and no. I mean, comics are for kids. The MCU's for kids, right?
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like
Hold
Star
on.
Wars is for kids, so I don't know why people get so upset at it.
Yeah, and like, so is Nintendo. Like, that's a children's system.
That's different.
What?
Right?
How?
Like to be fair,
They're
you
both
have to
targeted
have
towards children.
you have to have like a super level IQ to be appreciative of Nintendo. It's actually it's a historical
Historical.
artifact. You actually it's based in anthropology. See how we as humans create. So Nintendo
What the fuck are you
is
talking
very
about?
different. I don't know. I'm bullshitting.
Well, how do I?
Me and BTG Play had this argument about Star Wars being for kids, and I brought up the George Lucas quotes where he's like, "It absolutely is for kids." He's like, "Fuck you, you win." But
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like, look at the Clone Wars. That's for children. The first
like I
few
would,
seasons are literally for children, and like for the hardcore watchers who watch those cartoon shows, uh, they're rewarded with like some like real dope tidbits of Star Wars lore. And yeah,
yeah. I mean, you're right though. Like it's Nintendo, Star Wars, all this shit is for kids. Like I think
yeah,
you can be mad at it, right? Like if it's not going the way you want it to, yeah, you'd be like, oh, this it's no longer
hmm
good, or I don't like the direction they're going. But like I feel like a lot of people just are fucking like man children, and they start bullying like actors or like people that enjoy it, or it.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
you said this quote years ago regarding your amiibos because people were hating on you collecting your amiibos, and you were like, "Fuck off! I'm just a grown ass kid." And I
that's
think
true.
that's what most people are. I think that's most people regarding their interest. They're just grown ass kids hanging on to their nostalgic love for whatever property it is, whether it be Pokemon, Nintendo, Star Wars, or fucking whatever, Harry Potter. Huey, man-child, confirmed by himself.
I'm more of like a man.
Child of a man.
I'm child of man. That's what I am.
But
Oh my
yeah.
god. Anyways, what is the Hemi edition? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh, it's this dude who bought the original copies of Star Wars before George Lucas tweaked them with the special editions with new CGI in 1995.
Okay.
So the Harmony edition is he despecialized those movies. So like he brought the movie back to its state when it first released in 1977 in theaters. And so
it's like shit.
The only
like
way to watch the original theatrical version is Harmony's despecialized edition, because George Lucas doesn't want to release the theatrical cuts, because he says the special editions are his final vision, and so therefore everyone should watch those instead of the original theatrical cut. Which, I mean, like, you could have offered both.
Is it like shit like Han shooting first? Like that's.
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly the stuff that like he tweaked. Like in the original, Han shot first, but in the special edition, Greedo shot first, and then that's when the whole meme became a thing. Disney needs to stop being a coward and put the Christmas special on Disney Plus. Says My Name Is Earl. I agree. I only watched that twice. Actually, that's more than probably 90% of the people who've seen it, because it's really bad.
I remember that summer. Was it summer when I just watched all the Star Wars movies at your house? We just binged them.
Oh yeah, good times.
Yeah, that scene with where Greedo shot first, like that shit just looked hella fucking weird to me. I was like, yo, what is this? Like, what just happened? Like, why did that shit look hella weird, like out of place? And it wasn't until like I think you told me or I looked it up. That I was like, oh, that was one of those things where Lucas went in and changed everything. Wait,
Yeah, and I think that scene might be why people started to hate on him. Like, don't touch the originals. I mean, he shouldn't have touched them. He's just offer both. But you know.
But is that what they were making fun of George Lucas for in South Park when it was like E.T., where they were like, oh, the special edition where they replace all the guns with walkie-talkies?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now. I'm very much a Star Wars noob.
Yeah. Well, let me just show you this one thing real quick.
All right.
Because hold on. Wait. Shit.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
Wait. Oh, you're gonna be excited for this one.
You know, I never assume.
What's up, 707?
Nom 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 nom.
I recorded that. That was me holding the camera, and I met Olivia Munn.
He was like, I want to say Olivia Munn was many prepubescent and teenage boys like crushes. She sure as fuck was mine. Cause like, what year was she on G4? Like
2006 or 2007.
Yeah, so I was like 16, 17. So like, yo, for sure, Olivia Munn she was very much the one, very much the one.
I like Morgan Wedmore, to be honest. No, I like what's her name? X-Play.
That's Morgan Webb.
Wait, who's the one that was give you hints and stuff?
Diami Zoda? No, she was on the Countdown
That name
show.
does not ring a bell.
Diami Zoda
Kristen
was
Holt?
also...
No, not her. The other one. She was Asian.
Yeah, this Diami Zoda.
Oh. Well, yeah. She was my
hold on.
numero uno on that.
I'm gonna copy address.
But yeah, hold on. There's others. Hold on, let me just bring up stuff while you're doing that, because we actually have notes for post stuff.
Okay.
Oh, after 102 hours of playing Returnal, I finally got the platinum trophy. And I don't know if I would play that game again, because I beat that game in about 35 hours. And so I guess that makes about 45 hours of searching for the platinum trophy. And it wasn't in the last 6 hours where I found out. Wait, what's your guys' opinion on the new G4? Hold on, but We'll get to that. But yeah, Returnal. In the last 6 hours, I found out that I didn't have to complete and clear every single area, because that's what I was doing for like the past month, trying to get the platinum trophy. And I found out you could just run through the areas without fighting anyone. And once I found that out, I got the platinum trophy within 6 hours. Like, I was legit just playing the game completely through and through every time I played it, searching for a platinum trophy when all I could have just done was just run and find things. But yeah, my opinion on G4. It makes sense that they're back on in a streaming. What's the word I'm looking for? It makes sense that they're back in streaming rather than on TV, because the gaming culture and internet has changed. And
Yeah,
like,
no, for sure.
who watches TV anymore? I don't. I
Same.
don't remember the last time I watched an actual like show on TV and sat through commercials and all that stuff, and like I tuned in on time. No, I haven't done that in maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. Everything's on the internet, and
Yeah.
so it makes sense that G4's new iteration is a streaming platform. But on Twitch, though, I feel like they should have their own thing. So I don't know. What do you think about it, Gio? Have you seen their episodes or the show?
I honestly haven't. I haven't watched any of the new G4, but I do like some of the talent that they brought in. I like, I always really liked Adam Sessler, Kevin Pereira. They're the OGs. Gerard the Completionist. I think he's cool. Who else is on there? Austin Creed is cool. Who else?
I don't
There's
know
a
these
couple
guys.
other people on there that I'm like, all right, like I like the talent base that they're building there, and I think they got a good group of between like the OGs of
Gina
G4.
Daring?
Gina Darling's cool too. They got Twitch streamers on there. They got some YouTubers on there. They got a nice little mix there of like different pockets of gaming on the internet, and I feel like I wouldn't say it's going to be a mega hit, but I think G4 is going to be successful, and it's going to do a lot better than it did before, because if you read interviews, or if you like kind of look at like kind of like the pockets, like a lot of people said like G4 was pretty toxic as a workplace environment or as a company. So
Yeah,
I think
they spoke of the executives not lately.
yeah. I mean, I remember watching a video where Adam Sessler is talking about how he knew he was going to get fired, and he was pointing it out on there was an episode of X Play where you can see him looking, because he sees like an executive walk in, and he was just like, I knew I was going to get fired then and there. And I was like, oh shit, like that's crazy shit. But yeah.
And then I think the direction that they're taking the network, like focusing on streaming and using influencers to bring in the audience, that's pretty smart. Yeah, that's when it became Cops and Cheaters 24-hour channel. Dude, that shit sucked.
Yeah, like you basically watched Attack on Titan, Attack of the Show, and then X Play, and then the rest of the fucking day was just Cops and Cheaters, and it's just like, this is dumb as shit.
Like, it lost its charm near the end before they even became a Cops and Cheaters channel. I don't know when I stopped watching. Were you always watching all the way to the end? Because for me, they lost their charm, like maybe before the last year.
I actually really liked G4 before it was just G4, when it was like G4 Tech TV.
Tech Talk. Yeah.
Like, because then they
Once
had
Kevin left that dip.
They had the screensavers, they had Cheat, they had Arena, Electric Playground, they had G4TV.com, which they had a lot of good ideas. A lot of them kind of didn't stick, but I mean, they were charming for their time. It was good times. Is it
EP is still around.
Electric Blade is still around? I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah, like wait, how did you get into G4?
My auntie had it, and whenever I go to her house, I just watch it. I was a big like gamer nerd kid, like so anything involving video games, I was down for. I remember my aunt and uncle, they had a PS3. No, I had a PS2, and they used it as a Blu-ray, not a Blu-ray, as a DVD player. But they had one game. It was SSX Tricky. So whenever I was stuck there at their house, I would just play that game all the time.
Yeah, how I got into G4 was Kevin Rose, because he created Dig.com, and I was a huge Dig.com user. Like Dig was basically the Reddit before Reddit was a thing. Like Reddit literally just copied Dig. Actually, no. Reddit had the subreddits. I don't think Dig had that. Dig just had the algorithm thing for the front.
Holy shit! I forgot
Kevin
about
Rose,
Kevin
Home
Rose.
Road. But yeah,
What the fuck are you doing
yeah,
now?
now Kevin Rose is doing some crypto stuff. So yeah, he's probably super rich because he sold Dig, I think, and then yeah, and now he's going heavy into crypto from what I've seen. But yeah, and so I would, because I found out Kevin Rose would show up on TikTok, and then that's how I got into watching TikTok, and then it became G4. I'm like, oh shit, G4's dope. You pulled a KSMG. Wait, I only know who he is because of G4. What does that mean? You know who that is, Gio?
Hold on.
Because I know he's an established
KSMG?
influencer, I guess.
I don't know who that is. Explain BTG Play. Who the fuck is that? Some G. Oh, is he just someone who started off on the internet and just fucking made hella money? Yo, apparently there was a protest at Kevin Rose's house in 2014.
Really? What was it about?
They called him a parasite and distributed pamphlets accusing Rose of directing the flow of capital from Google into the tech startup bubble that is destroying. So basically, gentrification and the tech startup bubble that makes it unaffordable to live in SF. One banner read, "I'm a snip your balls," which is an allusion to Rose's 2008 video podcast on Dignation, in which he joked about cutting off a woman's breasts. Oof, that's a yikes.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know about all that.
On February 28th, 2014, Rose and his wife, Daria Pino, purchased an 1892 house at 16... Oh, well, they're just doxing him here. In Portland, Oregon, and they removed the historic designation of the 122-year-old home and filed plans to demolish it. On June 29th, it was reported that Rose had accepted an offer from a longtime neighborhood resident to buy the house, although the deal hasn't been finalized. It was 2014. Oh, so I guess Kevin Rose has been accused of doing some scummy shit. He did say some scummy shit, but
yeah.
I'm not canceling him because I've said some scummy shit in my past, so it is what it is.
I'm gonna give you the one because I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
All right, cool. Anyways, I don't know. I think G4. Oh yeah, BTG Play. Hold on, AutoMod. BTG Play. AutoMod just modded your comment because of the Jessica Nigiri. They said it was race, ethnicity, or religion. Yep, it is. It is. All right. I'm gonna allow these. Okay, so KSMG used to be popular back in the day. Discovered Jessica Nigiri, and he owned Maker Studios, which owned a lot of early content. It was bought by 675 million by Disney, so he stopped making videos and dipped. Okay, yeah, I would too. You give me half a bill? You give me more than half a bill, I'm fucking off for the rest of my life. Like I'm out here gonna take vacations every day. You got me fucked up. Maybe I'll invest like 100 mil into some other shit to keep some cash flow going. But you give me like what, $575 million? Boy, you get best believe I'm out the fucking way. I'm paying off my parents' houses, and I'm building a fucking tree house where no one can find me. That's what the fuck I'm doing. You know what? If I had Bezos money, man, if I had Bezos money, you know what I'd do? I'd fucking build Rapture. I'd build an underwater city where no one can fucking bother me. That's what the fuck I would do if I had Bezos money. Well, okay, if I had Bezos money, I would also probably like try to, fight hunger, homelessness, and all that. But I would still have enough money to fuck around and do fuck shit. So yeah. So that Kasim G guy, he owned a bunch of stuff. He owned a lot of Maker
Oh, he
Studios.
discovered Jessica Negri. Okay.
He
makes
owned Maker
sense.
Studios, and so
Oh, shit.
Disney paid him $675 million. So
Damn.
now he's with G4. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've been watching their shows for the past 3 weeks. It's very, very streamer centric.
Like, that's the wave now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like instead of like it seems like they're setting up the streamers to be the new Kevin Pereiras and Adam Sesslers and Morgan Webbs.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a sticker on
maybe
my.
you'll see our show and then we'll have a segment there. I probably doubt it, but yeah.
That'd be dope. But I don't know. Damn, you imagine working for G4 or being on G4, like having that exposure? Holy shit! I would probably have to limit my cussing by a lot.
It would have to be more.
I can't just be like
animated.
I can't be like, fuck you, BTG Plant. You ain't shit. Your mama ain't shit. Your daddy ain't shit. You ain't shit. I can't say that shit if I was on G4.
Yeah, no, you would have to censor yourself a lot.
It's fine though. I do that at work.
Dodger, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Toby Turner, JonTron, Timothy Delgado is what Maker used to own. Oh.
Okay, I've heard of all these people.
I know. Two
Dodgers
of those names. No, three.
Dodgers on Rooster Teeth, right? Or she was. I know JonTron got in trouble for saying some shit. Jacksepticeye, some Irish dude. Timothy Delgado. Is that Filipino cat that's on is he Filipino?
Yeah, or I think he is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Okay. Timothy Delgado is that Filipino cat that's on Wild and Out, right? I don't know who the fuck.
Well, he used to be a YouTuber. I remember him as a YouTuber because one of my friends loved him as a YouTuber, and then he is where he's at now.
That's what's up.
Do you remember the other Asian YouTuber, Kev Jumba?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's basically if Kev Jumba just kept at it with the YouTube content creation and all that stuff. Jacksepticeye, some Irish guy, has 27 million subs.
I mean, personally, his stuff doesn't appeal to me, but good for him.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, like I've seen him here and there and like other content stuff. I don't know. There's so many like streamers with like huge followings that I have no idea about, and I'm like, yeah. I said, streaming's a different world.
Yeah. Kev Jumba is still around, but
Kev Jumba is still around? Oh shit, dude! I saw him at UC Davis. I went to a college party at my friend's house, and he was there. And then whatchamacallit? He didn't really talk to anyone, and just played Smash Brothers the entire time. And I was like, oh, okay. It's like, hey, that's
Damn.
Kojumba over there.
I would have been like, "What's up? You trying to get fucking whooped? You fucking bitch? You trying to put money
Why do
on
you hate him?
this?" I don't know.
Oh, wait, in Smash. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Smash Brothers.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. There's some stories that you gave me, but I didn't cover. Lord of the Rings Gollum game. I didn't. Was that just a trailer?
yeah.
Okay, and then the WandaVision director is going to be filming or directing the next Star Trek. That's pretty cool.
I'm excited for this. I actually really enjoy the Star Trek reboot movies. Like I
Same.
know a lot of people hated Into Darkness, but I enjoyed it. And even Star Trek Beyond, I
Yeah, I
thought it was
enjoyed it.
cool. I enjoyed all three of those movies. Like I thought they were all really good. So if we're getting a fourth one, I'm all in. I hope they keep the cast. I'm really sad that
I
one
think they
dude
are.
died.
Oh, Anton Yelchin.
Yeah, who did he play off Chekhov? He played
Yeah,
Chekhov. Yeah, I was sad about that. And the way he died, dude, was so. Oh my
dude, that
god,
fucking
like
sucked.
that. Oh
Like it was just like a parking brake failure, right?
yeah, and it pinned him between him and his car and his fucking mailbox.
Damn.
That's horrible, man. Fuck all that.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
You want
I
to end it
think
here,
that's it.
Mikey?
For I have anything else to bring up?
Yeah, I don't either.
All right.
I'm
Well,
gonna go.
wait. What are you about to do today?
So my boxing class got changed times. Normally I do it on Sundays, but today or my coach was like, "Hey, do you want to go Saturday instead of Sunday because I'm going to be gone Sunday?" I was like, "All right, sure. I don't think I have anything planned for Saturday, so I'm going to go boxing from 6 to 8." Which worked out for me cuz
How,
I'm going out to the Bay Area tomorrow.
how long you been doing boxing?
Since like October.
Oh shit.
I found out. Guess what I found out?
What?
My coach thinks I'm a southpaw
Oh shit.
because I'm normally like right-handed, but
Uh-huh.
when I went back to class last week, like my stance was weird because I did have my I had my right hand in front, which is supposed to be my power hand,
Mm-hmm.
but that's supposed to be in the back. But my stance was normal, and then my coach was like, "Switch your feet stance around in. Like, I think you might be a southpaw." And then we did like some like he had the pads up, and we went at it. He was like, "All right, do a combo, fucking normal stance." And I did one, and then I did one southpaw, and then switched back and forth. And he was like, "I think you might be a southpaw."
Oh, that's
So
dope. Fun fact: Anderson Silva and Nick Diaz are both right-handed, but are southpaw fighters.
that's what's up. If I
The,
could whoop
the
motherfuckers
reason
like
Nick,
Anderson Silva, holy shit.
the reason Nick Diaz fights southpaws right hand because he wants to add more distance to his weaker hand, his left hand. And then yeah, and his jabs are super fast, and he wants strong ass jabs.
Yeah.
But yeah, wait, have you been in control yet?
No, not yet. I haven't played in like the past like 5 days, but I'm gonna want to say I'm around like maybe like 40% there. Man, the
Oh,
one thing I don't like
okay.
about that game is that if you have to like get like control points that are like save points. If
Mm-hmm.
you die during a fight, that it won't take you right before the fight. Like it'll take you to the last control point you go to, which is
Oh, that
like
sucks.
fuck.
I hate that.
I fucking die a lot in this game because I'm not good at shooters. So
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about starting it today, and I'm probably gonna
you should.
platinum it before you beat
It's a
it.
good game. I recommend it. I'll give it like an 8.5. It's really good.
Already? Damn.
I think you like it.
All right. Well, I guess I'll be. You play Alan Wake? No, I have not. Have you two?
No, but that was a Microsoft exclusive, right?
I don't know.
I think it was an Xbox exclusive, and I've never actually no. That's a lie. I did own an Xbox 360, but I gave it to my little brother.
That's such a good game. Yeah, I keep hearing that.
Do you remember when the 360 came out? They had the Elite version and they had like the arcade version.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I worked at Radio Shack, if something went on clearance, then different stores, you could get it for different prices. So that Xbox 360, the arcade version, at our store that was like $150. If we transferred it to the Vacaville store, we could get it for like $35. So
Why
what
is
we
that?
did, it was just some like glitch in the system. Like every store had a different like price for like clearance stuff. So what my manager did is he basically transferred every fucking Xbox and that model Xbox he could find within our district to the Vacaville one, and he was like, he told all of us, and each of us got one, and I think he got like 5 of them to resell.
Damn.
Yeah, so fucking Radio Shack fuckery. That's probably why they
But
went
yeah,
under.
I'm done. Or we can end the show now because I
Yeah.
kind of want to eat.
Yeah, same. Actually, I want to take a nap. That's probably why I feel like shit right now. I barely slept. All right, dog.
All right. Yeah. So if you like what we do here, follow us on the socials and all that stuff, and we'll be back here Saturday morning at 11 a.m. PST as per usual. So until then, we will see you guys next time.
Yee.
Later.
Peace.